And what's interesting is we unconditionally submit to Allah. Obviously we don't, right? Because we're sinful and we make mistakes, but conceptually and as a point of iman or as a point of aqidah, we actually unconditionally submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe that to be true because of who Allah is. So if we could submit to authorities like a dentist or a doctor or a police officer or a politician in a limited way, even the pilot, as we mentioned last week, if the pilot says there's going to be turbulence, you're not going to just start dancing on the aisle, right? You're going to sit down and you're going to buckle up because he's an authority. They know more than you do about these issues. Now, if you could submit to those limited authorities, then what about Allah, who's the ultimate authority? And that's why when I say it's unconditional, we don't even need to even understand the reasons for his particular commands. Don't get me wrong, it's praiseworthy to understand what the command actually entails, of course, because you can't just guess what Allah is saying. You have to understand it, and that's through your aql, your intellect, and through referring to scholars and the Islamic tradition and so on and so forth. But you don't even have to necessarily understand any reasons behind the command or any wisdoms. We can affirm that they exist because of who Allah is. He's Al-Hakim, but you don't have to actually understand that this is the particular reason. You could try and speculate yourself, but that's not the point. The point is we unconditionally submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, if Allah says X, therefore X is true. Simple as that. The X could be unknown, but if Allah has said something, and then we use obviously our intellect, our aql, we refer to the scholarly tradition to understand what that command is. Once we know it, we don't have to know what the reasons are behind it or the wisdoms in order to submit. That's the point. So that's why we have unconditional submission.